Here we are, officially champions of League One, and we're going up to the championship. Welcome YouTube, it's Damo_23. It's another one of these recap videos, and today we're going to recap the latter stages of the season and how we have gone on to win this title. That is back-to-back promotions in this glorious 4-4-2. We've got to celebrate some players, look at some results, and we definitely have to run that intro. So after winning the league, and before we recap any sort of fixtures, the biggest thing that you always look for is what does the board want you to do with the money. And well, we got 75k transfer budget, which is ludicrous for a club like us. That's more than half of what our club's currently worth, but actually a little bit less than that. And 17.75k in the bank. That is a lot of payroll, considering the most amount of player that we've got on a contract here is Joe Chalmers at 1.3, then 625 pounds per week, or dollars, or whatever you want to say, for Ross McLean, who we're releasing this year, who has not played. You know, if you're looking at star players that are here, you know, Roof's on 475, Harry Stone's on 600, Leif's only on 525. We've got a lot of budget that we can play with to really improve the squad, and that's something that we'll definitely look at moving forward. Post-com Damo here, season is officially finished, and let's go and recap everything that has combined for us to win this title and go back-to-back in Season 1 and Season 2. First thing that we need to go through is, of course, the data hub. A lot of people like seeing this, especially in a crazily built 4-4-2, which at the end of this video, I will link to a video for you to watch so you can build this system yourself. And as long as you follow those key little tips throughout that full video, you'll be able to have success like we've had here at Dumbarton. We scored 7+ goals over our expected XG, which means we scored over 100 goals this season. Now, we have conceded 10+ goals, but when you're scoring more than double the goals that you've conceded, you're winning a lot of games of football. And as I constantly say in the lower levels, you just need to make sure that you're physically more dominant and put your chances away, and you'll win games 5-2, and that's all you need to do. We're 11+ points of where we should be, and the data says that we should be top just by 0.2 of a point. And, well, we won the league by 8, so we've done pretty damn well. Second thing that has contributed to this as well is Cove Rangers. Yes, they're the team that were fighting with us, but very similarly, maybe not as bad as Peterhead last year. If you remember, to the end of last season, Peterhead did not win a game for 2 months and let us basically waltz away with the title. Whatever reason, Cove Rangers decided they wanted to throw this one away as well. Barely losing any games throughout the middle of the season and going on runs of form like you can see from October to November there. They decided to lose to ourselves. Hamilton lost to Kelty Hearts, who are in the relegation zone, and the Queen of the South on the final day. And that was enough to give us an 8-point gap. In terms of players that have been fantastic for us, well, we got obviously the people we brought in. We obviously know we brought Max Little, who's going to be the new backup goalkeeper because Leif wanted a new backup keeper. Obviously, Blair Govan we brought in towards the end of the season as well. If you watch us on stream, links are down below to Twitch. You've already seen the Twitch plug as well. If you haven't, then post-com Damo, put it in now. You, yes, you, follow me on Twitch. You watch all my content live and, of course, all the VODs for all your viewing needs. The Twitch is the place to go, and for funny clips like this. Pietro Pellegrini is a freak, Mum.
Honestly.
Pietro Pellegrini is a freak. Blair Govan is someone we bought on a free. So Danan decided to leave for 1k. He wanted more game time. Yeah, he's 35, had no speed, etc. And what we did is we sold him for a K, bought Blair in on a free from a club called Cove Rangers, who we know. This is a guy that Blair is also half Australian, which I quite like as well. Played a lot in the Australian lower levels, which we know a few of these clubs, like Hume City is a pretty decent club here in Australia, in the the tier under the A League. But what this guy's got is good mentals and can mark, and is 5'11", which isn't the shortest. But it's just good depth and understands that he'll be a squad player and on very similar money than what we had with Mark Denan, who has gone out there and understood that he's now a fringe player at a lower level than where we were. We also made a signing for John Orsi, who is more that we found him on the transfer market. We have obviously no youth intake, but if you guys ever want to check out how to get some youth where you don't have any youth facilities, you actually just search by players 16 to 17, see what gens up, and occasionally you just get some players that just randomly get released by clubs, and that's how we found Mr. Orsi, who has 5-star potential, maybe grows into it something, maybe not. And the lucky last one, though, we have to speak about a little bit more in depth, and that's Frank Havid. And as I mentioned in the 442 video that we made, and I'm mentioning it again, I am a big believer in the lower levels, and I'm still going to count the Scottish Championship as lower level, because compare that to the level of like the English Championship, it's probably miles off. It's more like League 1, League 2 football, the Scottish Championship, when you look at players. But Frank Havid is someone that, comes in on a loan from Millwall, looks pretty good, plays the last 11 games because we can sign loans all the way up until like the end of Feb. And what we have done is sign a guy that's 6'4" with 19 determination, has got 11 heading, 9 marking, and 10 tackling, which isn't the worst, but also decent physicals, well-rounded mentals. And he had his contract expiring from Millwall, and officially our first signing for next year is Frank Havid. He's joining us on a free, and he's already of a championship quality centre-back. So the main reason we got all these loans in was to try and poach one of them. We poached one of them, and that's Frankie Havid. He's been fantastic. In terms of our run of form, because that's what you're really here for, after Cove Rangers in that Livingston game, we actually beat Cove Rangers 3-0 in a very big game for ourselves. In the end, they went down to 10 men, and we looked fantastic. That was outlined in the Livingston game, though, so that's all fine. We actually lost, a shock loss to Aloha, who have done us in. They actually sat the manager, did not play Diamond, and to be fair, deserved to lose. And that's because we went down to 9 men. That's the first time I've ever been down to 9 men ever in Football Manager. After that, we beat Montrose 4-2, beat Spartans 2-1, Stirling 2-1, Kelty Hearts 3-1, won the title, as you guys saw, 3-3 here against Queen of the South. And I'll give you the goals in the season that, in the last game of the season, that really mattered, because this is the game that saw us get there. And Johnson, who's retiring at 1.5 we'll talk about, had a fantastic game out here as well. But as you can see, backstick ball, Comma Leif in the air, he's fantastic, knows what he's doing. Chalmers with a free kick puts it into the top left bin. We concede here to Murray with the ball. That's a good ball out to Cochrane, who hits one from just inside the area, takes a deflection, and it goes in. And Murray again with a free kick from long range that goes into the top bin, which he cannot do much about. Us on the break with Dobby recycling, found Hamilton, who puts it in towards the back stick where Sutherland came in for the injured Comalafe. He was able to play the last game of the season, for those wondering. And we then conceded in the 84th minute, but able to hold on, knowing Cove Rangers lost. A little bit lucky for them to fall in the box, but that was enough to see us win the title. On the final day, we did beat Hamilton 4-2 as well, which is superb. We had 21 shots, and Fabian Johnson, in his last ever game, as he is retiring now, goes and gets himself a couple of goals, which means on a free to help us get promoted last season, 10 goals, 6 assists, and as a 1.5 2-star player with no speed, but still able to get 5 goals and 13 assists. And that is why you can sometimes have a guy that has been there, done it all, 57 caps for America, ended up in Scotland's lower levels, and he has done the business because he's got 14 long throws and is a really smart footballer for this level. And if you can find guys like that, they're going to be okay. We're going to end this episode by giving you Johnson's last couple of goals here, which is the first 2 goals of this game here against Hamilton. And we'll sign off knowing Johnson won't be here at the football club. We also got a few others that won't be here at the football club. And we'll show you what the squad is going to look like before we go and make some signings. Johnson at the back stick for his first. And Johnson, here we go again, lurking in and around at that back post. King with the ball. Effort that was well saved, but it falls to Johnson. And that was his 2 goals. In terms of what the squad's looking like for next year, Alfie Stewart won't be coming back. Hamilton won't be coming back. Blair won't be coming back. King wants to leave on a free. Johnson's retiring. Greg Petrie won't be here. That is a big core of the players. I always will say this, especially if you're a semi-professional side. Try and keep as much of the core together as possible. So very likely you're going to see me keep Harry Stone, Chalmers, Carlo, Frankie Havid, Stone, Roof and Comalafe together, because that gives you at least a good core of players that have been in and around the football club, and that will be able to carry some of the new starters through it. It's also good to keep the team cohesion as high as possible because they're part-time. It takes a lot longer to do what you want in terms of training and getting them up to speed with the tactic. We are going to end with, of course, the finances as well. We've got 425k in the bank. We are now all up to date, YouTube, and I'm about to go on stream next as well. So next time we see each other, I'm now up to date with all the catch-up recap content, so it's going to be a little bit more flowy. But 425k, I'm going to definitely ask on stream if we can go professional because now we're in the championship, but I also have a look at who's professional in the championship beforehand, and if there's clubs that are not, then maybe we won't do it either because it might be easier to make money being part-time. Till next time, thank you very much. Give it a like, subscribe to the YouTube. Above me are some videos. Definitely check out the 4-4-2 video. Daishi would approve of this system. I definitely think if he played this similar system of Everton, they would stay up. And to be fair, he probably does, to be honest. On top of that as well, you've got the ability to watch all the videos here in the playlist. Give us a sub. Thank you for coming. See you guys next time. We're going to the championship.